Put them on. Just put them on.
Hi, Joshua. He mad. He up on a Saturday morning. Got to do homework on spring break. You damn right you do.
Well, you are a parent. You ain't gonna know what till you finish that daggone homework.
Okay. How you doing, honey?
I love sending Kym pictures because she gets irritated. Whatever irritates Kym, I like to do.
Funny mamas.
So I had
like a son. Two funny mamas. What's with the grit?
We just watched it.
We're gonna watch it again.
Don't want it all yet.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, I look different. I look like I'm in the wrong headspace. How are y'all? Welcome to Two Funny Mamas. I am Kym Whitley, 49%.
I have to get you a shirt that says that.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of. Y'all, what's up? Two Funny Mamas in the house.
Velvet
the
rope.
velvet rope. Look at that. There it is. You
What's
can't
that
see
say?
mine.
I'm glasses on.
It say 49% over on my side. On yours say 51%.
Where are our names on this T-shirt?
Uh-oh.
They say it's above the, it says Sherri 51%, Kym 49%. Available now, buyjack.com/twofunnymamas.
We got to get our names on there, Chris. They don't know. If you don't know who we are.
It says your show name, and it has Sherri and Kym and your picture.
Yeah, but Sherri Shepherd is my brand. Kym Whitley is her brand. You got to put our names on there. Sherri Shepherd and Kym Whitley. Two Funny Mamas got to be bigger. This is what happens when we don't have meetings with Chris.
Well, I could show you texts. I could show you texts that have both of you saying these look great, awesome. That was it.
Fake news, fake media, fake text.
But you,
I didn't know.
Look at it, Sherri. There you go. It could be, the names could be bigger, Chris. Dang.
Everything could be bigger. You got all that black space underneath. Chris, come on now.
This is a fundamental issue between black people and white people in marketing. I'm just calling it out now.
You call it out. You be real. Be transparent.
I'll be very transparent. If you need more than you two's beautiful faces, your logo for your podcast, and then it says your first name and an inside joke, 51%, 49%. If you can't figure that out, I got another set of problems for you.
I always said I want to see my name in big lights, and that goes for letters too. I can't read that. What about people? Our fan base got reading glasses. I can't read that.
On the shirt, it would be as big as this meat paw. So you got to picture it on the shirt.
I don't want to hear nothing about your fist.
You call that a meat paw?
No, it's a big old fist. You know what? Got to.
This is a fundamental thing.
Black face at the bottom, Chris.
Oh, black space. So I was like, there is not.
Oh, you thought I said too much black?
Black face. It's like never. Like not once.
It's too much black space at the bottom where it could be, Sherri Shepherd. Like bigger, Kym Whitley, bigger, Two Funny Mamas, bigger. Make it bigger.
Okay.
We can do that.
We can do that.
Don't be trying to make it subtle. You don't be subtle. I don't know where you got subtle and Two Funny Mamas have never.
There you go. I will say, white people that you were like, oh, less is more and everything. And then you would, if you work with a black comic or something that's like, I need it to say 7 paragraphs, 14 instructions. And I'm going, I think it's just a fundamental difference because at this point, 5 years of doing this with a bunch of different people, that's a hard and fast rule for the most part.
Yeah. Well, we don't do less is more. We don't do less is more on stage, do we, Kym?
No, we sure don't.
Well, where could people find out?
They can find out about anti-less is more because the Two Funny Mamas is going to be in Dallas, Texas on Mother's Day at the Black Arts Collective. And within there is the Bruton Theater. We're doing it at 3:00 p.m. Kym and I. You can go to Ticketmaster.com to get tickets. We would love to see you there. And we're also, if you're in the Manhattan area, New Jersey area, Connecticut, will be June 20th at NJ Pack. You can also go to Ticketmaster.com to see Two Funny Mamas. Grab your tickets. We would love to see you. We got 2 shows. 2 shows. I think
we got 2 shows that
I love how Kym comes in like out of nowhere.
I just came in
like out of nowhere. Here's the thing. We always interrupt each other, which is not a big deal, but it's usually when you're paying attention. But when we see you looking down and you're completely out of it, and then you're going, yep.
Here, you take, this what happened. I was trying to find something for C. Mickey. Take that. Here, wait. You know what it is? Say hi, Joshua.
Hi.
Hey, Joshua, what's going on?
Go here, come on in. Say hi.
Hi.
Bring your head in so they can see your face. Say
what's
hi,
going
Auntie
on?
Sherri.
Hi, Auntie Sherri. Good.
What are you doing for spring break?
Tell her you're coming to see her. Where are we going?
I forgot.
You forgot?
Yeah.
You forgot?
How you forget? Where's your class going?
I forgot.
You forgot? New York City?
Oh, yeah, New York City.
New York City.
Oh,
that's going to be nice.
You're going to, yeah. You're right. We didn't, nice. I was going to New York. I didn't plan it out. I was going to take them to see Hell's Kitchen, all those things.
Okay.
Not planned with.
Oh, that'll be good.
You're not planned out well.
Well, you all are going to be doing those shows in New Jersey and Dallas. I know the lineup is going to be hilarious. Go get those tickets. We were just telling you. Oh, hang on now.
Do you need me?
Okay. We all having problems. She on the phone.
Well,
I'm helping Joshua.
It's now, Kym.
Yeah.
If I know you and Sherri are going to be performing together, I didn't know if you wanted to check something out real quick.
Wait, I got to wait till she's focusing off that phone, Chris.
I'm sorry. I was buying something. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. On the phone?
No, yeah. It's some stuff that's on sale, on clearance. When it's on clearance, I got to get it.
Okay, well, Chris, she's on the phone trying to get a clearance item.
Okay, don't make it. Hey.
Hey.
It's something that's like dirty. A little dirty thing Sherri's doing. By getting something off.
It's not, you got a shopping problem. Everyone knows this. So
if you have a shopping problem and you want more Two Funny Mamas merch, how about this?
Right.
Where are our names?
But it says Two Funny Mamas. If you want your names, we will put. I would love to have addressed this when they were sent, but we can.
Why didn't we have a meeting about this merchandise?
Because you said because your text said looks great.
But Chris, it doesn't have our names on it. It doesn't.
But it has the podcast. I will put your names on it. I promise you, we can do whatever you want.
From Midcoast Media. This is what I got to say to you. This is really shocking to me.
I'm listening.
Like the level of professionalism here. I don't know where you get off that you don't think we don't need our name. It's
it's that we are that large that we don't need our names.
No, he think we're a bunch of okie dokes. What if people don't know Two Funny Mamas? But they got you hear always Sherri Shepherd, Kym Whitley, Sherri Shepherd, Kym Whitley, Sherri Shepherd. Those are the 2 people that are associated with Two Funny Mamas. How we know it's not Janicia Smith?
That'd be a good show. I bet Janicia is very funny.
Send out those T-shirts. But you got to go back to the steel mill and put some names on this sucker. Look at all that black space, Chris. How many times I got to say
Matter of fact, you could even put it on the award itself, Chris. You tripping.
But then you would say it's not large enough on the award.
Well,
you had it small on the last one. What's the difference, Chris?
You know what? I don't know what's going on.
Small.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't know what's going on in this political climate right now, but you better get it back together.
This is a political move by me. This is my part, Trump. I'm doing it.
Yes.
What's the next T-shirt?
I'm minimizing black women's names.
But the truth is, we go. Oh God, look, Sherri.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
what
God.
is going on with you?
What is going on?
Why did you approve them? It says it. It says it on the logo.
I wear reading glasses and I ain't got them on. So where is it?
Look. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Then why don't? How come? Okay.
We got to have a meeting.
So this is the meeting. So apparently this is the creative meeting.
But this is the thing. We are going to have some great merchandise at our shows May 11th at the Burton Theater in Dallas. Please, at 3 o'clock, Bruton Theater. But it's at the Arts and Letters. Y'all know where it is.
It's not the Black Arts Collective?
Yeah, there you go. Black Arts Collective. Everybody knows where it is. But let me say this. It's in Dallas. It's on May 11th. It's at 3 p.m. So you can go to church and you can go to dinner. Oh. It's on Mother's Day. Let me say this. It's going to sell out. Get your tickets now. Go to Ticketmaster. I want to give some shout outs for some people in Dallas who are running around and helping us. Cheryl Jones. Yep. Stephanie Ward. Terry Allen. Yep. Terry. And Terry and my girl Sylvia Deschamps. Now these people have huge mailing lists and they are sending them out, telling people to come to our Too Funny Mom show. And from Instagram at Cravey258. They got their tickets and they can't wait. We want to say thank you for getting your tickets. That is Mother's Day. There's a fantastic show. It's not, I don't want y'all to think we up there doing the podcast. We're going to do our stand-up and we're going to do some question and answer. And we got Special K, who's hilarious in the beginning. And our merchandise. Sherri has gotten us a bunch of merchandise, I hope, that she's going to split with me. I don't know. Huh? Sherri, we didn't get no merchandise.
We'll make the adjustments. We'll have the large Sherri.
We got time, Sherri. We can order some stuff. We got time.
And we'll send them your way.
But I did order some stuff from China. I'm not sure with these tariffs what's going on.
Well, when it's going to get here.
When it's going to get here. I ordered us some bonnets, some hair bonnets. I ordered stuff that Chris doesn't have on his site. Obviously.
Byjack.com/2funnymamas. We will have the appropriately sized names update.
What you got? What you got?
The stuff I got our names on it in big letters. I'll tell you that much.
I tell you what,
but the catch is it's in Chinese.
But we're gonna have a good
time. If you put that much energy, what you got coming out of your mouth, into putting our pictures and our names on them in that black space on all them the merchandise you got, we'd be all right.
I was told not to occupy too many black spaces. My mistake.
Oh,
stuff. You know what, Chris? Your little mouth this political season. I don't know what your wokeness is.
What's
okay?
Mighty woke.
Speaking of, I got. Come on, Chris.
But you can still order the merchandise. This is new merchandise, and you know what? Y'all can still get the what do you call it? The deficient merchandise, because that might be a later on. It might be what do you call it?
Here, I'll say this. I'll say a collector's item. I'll say this. Item. As this comes out on Thursday, you've got only a couple days left to get these classics. Old bitches ain't snitches.
Oh,
if you don't remember, these are classics. They're going away. So we're gonna do way more fun stuff at byjack.com/2funnymamas, and also going away. Side Piece Union. We help you be number 2. That's right.
Oh,
these are classic designs.
You let these go out. You let these go out with no names and no pictures. You let those go out like that.
That was 5 years ago.
Oh my God!
But we got at least.
You guys were so excited.
Mamas. Oh, I love those. I want to order some of those, Chris.
Okay, we'll get you some. Whatever you want.
And they come in different colors. Mm-hmm. So, they come in different colors. Do we have mugs, Two Funny Mamas mugs with Two Funny Mamas in our pictures on
with
there?
Your pictures and your names. Like, people can't even get the coffee in their mouth. Your name's so big in front of them. So
somehow I feel like that was an innuendo, but I'm going to let it go because I can't understand what you said. Yeah. Jeffrey, come close my door. Chris is tripping. Please.
Yeah.
So
he getting on me now when I say thank you or please. Like when I just tell him what to do, he goes, "Can you just ask nicely? Can you just say please?" I'm looking at like, who are you and whose womb did you come out of? If you don't close this damn door. But now I do try to say please because he's gonna be 20. Jeffrey, could you please come close my door?
That's right. You got a birthday. Y'all got a birthday coming up.
He ain't moving no faster. When I
Taurus
say please,
season, because he don't want to. Right.
Do you see who else? Do you see who else's birthday it is?
Who?
Ooh,
check the rundown.
What rundown?
Well, let's see. Well, Chris, I want to
rundown of the show?
Well, before we get into that, You guys have, you all have stand-up shows. Yeah.
Yeah, we have shows in, make sure you get your tickets for Dallas and get your tickets for New Jersey. We have the North to Shore Festival. But before we go any further, I don't know how I'm going to do my stand-up. But what I want to say is this, is that, Sherri, I watch your show. You're so good at it. I want you to, I want to show everybody this clip. They might have missed it. Y'all, look at Sherri. This is how good she is. My friend is fantastic. Look at her. Look at her outfit. When your stomach goes in and you appear like you have a waistline. That's on your side. Look at her face. Look at her face, Chris.
She knows already.
You got some explaining to do, Lucy.
So your stomach, you can't see it, so the waist go all the way in, but it's a pool.
Pool. She used the word pool, Chris.
And then if you do your leg, just so your stomach, you can't see it, so the waist go all the way in, but it's a pool.
Why you got to keep writing it? All right, but she did say your leg and the muscle. Explain, Lucy. Explain.
All right. Here is what had happened.
Let me get close. Hold up.
When I was take your eyeballs out of the camera. I have a very good explanation. When I was talking about being in bed with a man and being older, something came to me about when you lay on your side, your waist goes in and your stomach pulls. Until I just saw right now, I thought it was a flash of brilliance that came to me in the form of a joke. But now that I'm seeing it right now, I now realize that I think you've said something like that similar on stage when you're talking. I didn't realize, I saw it right now and I realized I may have borrowed one of your jokes, but yeah.
You have everything in the teleprompter. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I went off on the cuff because that came to me and I was like, wow, this is brilliant. And they laughed so hard. So I apologize.
Oh, no. Let me explain to the people. No, so they can understand. This is one of my staple jokes, right? I love my friend. I watch one of my staple. You will see me in Dallas doing this joke, and everyone is going to be like, "Oh, that damn Kym Whitley! She done stole Sherri's shit."
Well, can I buy it from you, and then it's mine? Can I pay you for
it?
No,
I've been doing it too long. No, hire me as a writer on the show. Wait, this is the thing.
She has been wanting to come in.
How would you say?
I said you have been wanting to be on the show more. Maybe you could just hang to the side and lob jokes.
Well, but here's the thing. You are such a creative well of talent, even more stuff. Like, once you do your special, you can't use it no more anyway.
Once I do it.
What special?
Once I do it. You did it on national TV. If you did it on the show, whatever, go ahead. I can't wait to talk about Jeffrey and eyeglasses and me dancing on Dancing with the Stars. When I'm in Dallas, y'all gonna hear this story. So when I did Dancing with the Stars, oh my God.
I did it. I apologize.
Oh, no. You're going to go on your show on national TV and you're going to say, your friend Kym, you're going to run the tape and you're going to say, okay, Kym got on me. She mad at me. That's what you're going to have to do because it's going to live forever. Chris, show her what else happened. Show her what else. You got to see what happened.
What are you talking about?
You
don't even have license to be playing clips from my show. What is going on?
No. Listen, no, this something else. Watch what else happened. And you're going to pick up on this. Show her, Chris.
Oh, this one may get pulled, but we're going to play it. Here we go.
Just play it right now. While we filming.
Can you hear
Is the volume up so she can hear it? Okay.
Boys, can you hear me? When I die, make sure to remove the trunk in my closet before my mother sees it. And the box under my bed. And my nightstands. Don't forget the nightstands. And just burn my laptop. Copy that, Uncle Purr.
Cut it.
What?
Now,
what show is that?
See, my friend, one thing. Okay, you my friend. Let me tell you something. That is called Modern Century something on Hulu.
I thought it was
Was
called.
it on a
I thought it was
long time
called.
ago?
What's it called?
Was it on a long time ago?
I think it's called
No.
Act Your. Hang on, wait. Let me look.
It's called Act Your Age, really.
Oh no, it's called Act Your Gauge.
Act Your Gauge, right? First of all, I don't know. There's a writer from Act Your Age. They came up with this show. It's three gay men moving in together with their best friend who has this lavish, not penthouse like Act Your Age, but lavish house. They decide to move in. Same thing like Act Your Age, everything. And then, so I'm watching the episodes because I love the show and I love both Nathan and the other guy because he was the lead in Hadestown with Hannah. But when I heard my joke and all he did was change a trunk and from the computer to the laptop, I did like this. Who came to see my show?
Now, you know, my joke, which is similar, is I say, remember when you used to have that thing and then you tell your friend to go in there? Now it's filled with, I hate to tell my joke. I don't want to do it because I tell it on a thing, but it's like now the conversation has changed as you get older. It's not that thing that it used to be. Now it is medication and all of that. But that's what, so you saying it's a writer from Act Your Age?
I don't know. But you know, see how your face you did like this? You know my joke. The exact in the same order. So think about that. I saw your show and then I saw that night. I was like this. I know maybe God is like, you got to go do your special because then you don't use them anymore.
Well,
so I don't know them.
Mid-century modern is what it's called.
That's a hard one because it's like if you see two things, you like, what is going on? What is happening here? I think that the one thing, you know, it's hard for me to say this after I took your joke and used it, but you do have to know, just like if you had done a special, Kym, and you did this, it's still yours. Mm-hmm. It's still yours. When you do it on your special, you know, all of that got to be thrown out because you got to do very new material for a new special.
For a new
you're
special,
not going to use it again for another. So I think if you can look at it like that, I am going to do it for my special, and I mean you going to do it for your special, and you're going to come up with even newer material. So it's not,
you do that, but this still does not get you out of. This is Kym Whitley. My girlfriend Kym Whitley says, like, you could have thrown that in there, but you didn't realize it to the end. So when you go to your show Monday, you're going to run the clip and you're going to say, Kym ain't speaking to me. That's what you're going to do.
You want me to go on my TV show and say that I did
national apology. You put it on there nationally. A national apology for snatching it up. And then you play the clip from the other show and you tell them to apologize. Okay, maybe I'm going too far.
Why can't I just write you a check?
Oh, you can't. How much?
I just can't write you a check.
You don't write the joke, a check.
And you take it back when you do your special. Let me like a fair usage. You know what fair usage is?
What?
Like people, you don't see everybody suing everybody for using their hook or dancing because they get paid, but it's still theirs. Like Sly and the Family Stone, they've used every hook of their song, but everybody knows it's still theirs.
Say fair usage? Do you know how funny that is?
Fair usage. Yes. It happens all the time in music, doesn't it, Chris? Doesn't it, Chris? Chris, open your damn mouth. Now you know
the mute. I was wondering. I was like, man, I've said like 3 or 4 funny things. They're not that funny. Jingle bells is fair use.
It's fair use. Now everybody knows. Like it just happens in music. They sample other artists' stuff, but they get the reason when they get sued because they ain't paid them no money. So you still use it. It's still yours, Kym. You use it on stage.
Now,
but I just pay you for the fair usage. And every time it runs,
I could have brought it up.
What?
Huh?
Sherri's.
What? I should have come on the show this week because then I could have brought it up in your face.
That would have been good.
Well, God works mysterious ways, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Why don't I just? every time that episode's airs, you get a fair usage rate.
In music, they would call that like a placement. So Kym, you could say your joke was placed on the Sherri Show.
It was placed. It was placed on the Sherri Show. I would like a credit. That'd be nice.
That's name, right. And you get paid.
Just let it. Kym Whitley.
Because then that's union. I can't give you a credit. What? You're being so unreasonable.
Okay, I'll make it simple. No, this is simple. You know that backdrop where you show all your stuff? Just in the right corner near those flowers, just have my name over there for a couple weeks for no reason.
Very large too, because that's important.
Yeah.
You always complaining about money. Why don't I just write you a check I used 1.3 seconds?
Because you have not paid your electricity bill, your storage bill.
Why do you hold on to stuff? You got to learn to let go. I swear, you and these other actresses just don't let go. You're going to be getting on me for the next 10 years over this?
This is why I was protecting you about that other actress. I ain't going to say the unnamed actress. I'm going to let her run up on you and punch in your face. See, I've been holding on and backing you up, Miss Unnamed Actress. I'm going to let her run up on you and snatch your wig off. That's what I'm going to let happen. How about that?
I'm very, very sorry. I did not realize at the time. I just was talking. And, people started.
When I do the joke in Dallas, at our Two Funny Mamas on May 11th, 3 o'clock show, I am going to stop, pause, look to the side of the stage and say, per the Sherri Shepherd show, when you get in the bed.
That's so funny because John Murray told me, he said, you need to use that joke in Dallas.
He didn't say that. Y'all was just at the show. Y'all were just at the show in Vegas.
I think we got caught up in the
No, that shit either. So, this is hilarious.
Can I pay you fair usage to use on my show and at the show in Dallas?
No, because it doesn't fit none of your stuff. That goes in my closer. Remember, I'm in the bed with the young dude. Remember, he comes.
Yeah, can I use that too?
No,
can I use that?
I have nothing. Soon as I do my special, you can have it all. But you know what? I was
I'll
thinking,
take it.
But Chris,
because I'll take it all.
We had a vibrator joke. We got in a fight, an argument. Same thing. We go through this a lot. Not a lot, but we do go through this. We true friends. I want y'all to know. But if this was another comic, Sherri, tell them how it go down.
Oh, it'd be a big old argument. It'd be a big old. It'd be a big old.
It'd be on the
But
internet.
it's very interesting.
Well, you know what happened to Carlos Mencia?
Well, that's a whole different story. Carlos Mencia just had the reputation of, allegedly, I will say, taking other people's material. And one time he was on stage and Joe Rogan got on stage and confronted him, like at the Comedy Store.
Oh, there's video
Joe
of
Rogan
it.
got on the stage. There's video. You can see the video.
Called him out.
Of him confronting and calling out Carlos on stage. Joe don't. You feel how you want about Joe. I've worked with Joe a lot, and that was our episode with Kym and Stolen My Joke. Yeah, we talked about that. Not unknowingly, she actually took it. I unknowingly. Big difference between that segment and this thing right here.
Go with the Joe Rogan story. It was not.
So Joe, however you may feel about Joe Rogan, it was a big joke and it was a closer. And he got up on that stage in the middle of everything. And I guess Carlos, there's some people you just don't want to mess with. And Joe Rogan is a MMA kind of dude. He let me feel his thighs one time. They feel like concrete. So that's not the one you want to play with.
What happened in that? Like, what happened? You confronted him.
And Chris, what happened on the thing? I think Carlos was like, I think he apologized or something.
So the way I understand it, from the video, here's a still from the video. That's live at the Comedy Store. Joe alleged that, and several people alleged that Ari Shaffir's jokes, word for word, were taken from by Carlos. Bobby Lee had a bunch of jokes taken. And it was just kind of a thing. This is what happened. They had said that this was just a thing that he kind of had been getting away with, and Rogan was like, not anymore.
Oh, so he didn't take Rogan's joke. He didn't take Rogan's joke.
Rogan was saying it. Rogan did it on behalf, like saying, you've taken jokes from allegedly 5-6 people in the audience that are even here right now. Nobody want, and he basically called him out on bad behavior, and it did not end well.
But you know,
yeah.
Can I interrupt you on this thing before I forget? Because you know my memory. But what I didn't forget is you need to put our pictures on those doggone T-shirts, sweatshirts. But anyway, Damon Wayans was on Club Shay Shay, and he talked about Robin Williams was known for stealing jokes. Robin Williams' manager would carry a checkbook in his hand because when he was at comedy clubs, comic would do their material, and then Robin Williams would have it in his special. So the manager would just write a check to the comics right there, and he would take their joke.
And you know what? Yeah. Andre.
That was Cat Williams. Cat Williams had the same experience, you know.
But you know what? Andre did too. And I probably would let Andre tell the story. I'm not going to say the names because I was going to call him and let him tell the story. But this was, I was just going to say it because he's dead now. But maybe I shouldn't tell Andre's story, but
listen, we're gonna have Andre on for a new segment soon, so we can have him tell us.
That's why we're talking about
it right now. So.
Right now, Chris. But Andre said that a very big comic, and it was interesting what he said too. Hey, Andre.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Joke Still and Sherri. So listen, we're on the podcast.
I apologize.
She said she apologized. Listen, can you tell the story without using the names, or if you want to? Okay, all right. Okay, Chris.
All right.
Joke Still and Kym. Okay.
Use that energy and start getting our faces together and names for the T-shirts.
So Andre, do you feel like, can you tell the story about the comic in Chicago who took your jokes and in that famous line they told you why? Look at Sherri's face. You remember that story, Sherri?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to use the name or not use the name, Andre?
Don't use the name. Don't use the name.
Okay.
I won't use the name because they're not here to defend themselves.
But tell them what happened. Tell them your story.
We were in a meeting. It was comics, and they knew they were about to do Def Jam before anybody else in Chicago was going to do Def Jam. And he said, beat me to TV, pretty much. You know, first he started off real cool, like, you know, we should help one another, get where we need to be, and, you know, all of that. And I was kind of like, well, if you need help, you should pay for help. If you can't write your own material, I help. And then he like, well, beat me to TV.
And that's what he said. I'm going to take your jokes. Andre said he took his jokes, did it, and he said, first one to TV, beat me to TV. Because once you get it on TV.
Well, that's usually what the person says who takes the joke.
I'm sorry.
I didn't hear the little slick comments you made, Kym. I was going to make a comment, but you said something slick.
Go ahead. No, make the comment. Okay, I apologize. I won't interrupt. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say.
Straight hair on don't make you smart today. Go ahead.
But I love that my ideas are flowing free. Usually the person who gets on TV and says it, that's what they typically say. They beat whoever beats you to TV. Okay, you know what, Chris? You don't have license to show the clip. So if I decide to sue you, which is running through because you instigate.
Chris is wearing her out with the clip of her.
Because you instigate. Every time I ask you to show a clip from the Sherri show, you like, I can't. They can pull us. I don't have permission. Oh, but you is showing that clip. No. I ask you all the time, show this clip. This is a really good hot topic. Show the clip.
Tell her what? Tell Sherri what? Wait, Andre tell Sherri what?
Use the Robin Williams excuse because he used to be caught up in the moment and do everybody's material.
Sherri just said that. She said his manager was paying people. We just was talking about that.
Walked through the club with a checkbook. All I was in the moment and I was talking. Is Andre still on the phone?
Andre's still on the phone.
Andre, I was in the moment and we were talking about older women being in, like, I think being with a younger man or something like that. And I started saying, oh no, we're talking about making love and how older people do it differently. And I got caught up in the moment because the crowd was laughing. And I said, here's the thing, you know, being with a younger man, the only way you're going to look like you got a waistline, ladies, if you lay on your side, that's when your waist go in, but then your stomach pulls all the way on the bed.
Go, say it again, Andre. Say it again. Say it again, please.
What did he say?
I said, I'm very familiar with the bed.
You know what? You know what? I feel attacked.
He said, and you should be too. Wait, Andre.
It was purposely with, as my girl Kym says on stage. And then,
oh my gosh. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. Not everything, like, it's always easy to go, you shoulda, coulda, woulda. You shoulda, coulda, woulda. She wasn't on my mind. I was thinking about older women having sex with younger men. It didn't dawn on me, oh, I'm doing something similar to what Kym says. So I should say my friend, because typically I do that. I will give credit where credit. I will say, my friend Niecy Nash say, Kym Whitley say, do I not do that? Hello? Oh, nobody want to say nothing now.
87%.
What's the percentage?
87.
What's the percentage? 87%. So the one time, the 3% over here, I didn't say it. Nobody's going on my character, my integrity. Now, when Kym stole my joke, pop up that little picture again.
See, now she's back to the joke. Remember the club? But it was at the club. It wasn't at national TV. Help me, Andre. Wasn't it different?
Not talking about being at the club on TV. We're talking about stealing the joke.
Took my joke, took my material. I can't do nothing about it because they the bigger name. So I just had to swallow it, and I can't do it no more.
Wow.
Yeah,
I wish they'd wrote me a check.
And that's what I'm offering Kym. I said, Kym, I'll write you a check for fair usage.
No. Then John said, that joke is funny. You should use that in Dallas. I said, what? What? He was at the show too.
We spent way too much time on this segment. I'm ready to move on.
Okay, but it was funny. Okay, Andre, thank you for sharing your stories. But everybody got to know this happens in this comedy world.
It does, and I'm just playing. I'm playing that I'm ready to move on. I was being funny. But Andre, this is, and Andre,
stop putting that picture up, Chris.
Yeah, Chris, you all in. I don't know what energy you walking in, Chris.
He instigating.
He sure is. It does happen quite a lot, and there's so many comics.
Wait, say it, Andre. Say it clear so Sherri can hear you.
I guess it'll get to the point where we have to write our material down like a manuscript and publish it. Like what was his name? He had a show called
Copyright
Cure for Cancer, and he put his material out as a book. And then he toured, and it was his material. So anytime somebody talk about smoking, they say, "Oh, you got that from No Cure for Cancer." You know.
Oh,
but also, it's very interesting because the comic Takara Williams, who's absolutely amazing. Y'all know Takara. If you don't know Takara, look her up on YouTube or go to her Instagram page. Takara talks about her daughter a lot, and so Takara has a joke about her daughter, she grabbing air, I like, and so Takara does this joke. Well, another comic accused, I believe, Takara of taking her material, and Takara came on her page and she said, here's the deal. That's Takara right there. She said, here's the deal. I'm a mother with a teenage girl. This other comic is, if I can remember, is a mother with a teenage daughter. Do you not think that we're not going to have shared experiences with our daughters who are teenagers? There are some things that we're going to do. Now, obviously, Kym, let me go along this path. There are obviously things that we're going to do that are similar. They will be slightly different, but it's the same shared experience. I do think,
especially Black comics.
Especially Black comics. Now, there's some shared experience. When we go to the barbecue, we take a to-go plate. When we, churches, when we in churches, I can't think of every little scenario. But here's the thing: we're two comics. We got the same shared experience about getting older. How many different jokes can we make about our knees, arthritis, our memory. It's a shared experience. So I think that when people say, oh, comics be stealing, where is the line between you stole it and it's a shared experience? Now, when it's word for word, we got a problem. So I'm saying, I'm sitting there and I'm just saying, you think every woman ain't laid on her side and her waist pulled in?
No. Don't be trying to justify it.
I'm about to give you credit. You credit. You were the one that brought it to the stage, Kym. Like I've never talked about that on stage because it just never came to me. Now in that moment, that's also a mixture of, wow, this is so funny. I'm older. Let's talk about it. And the influence I have is you. You influence me. I'm with you on stage all the time. So your material is 51%. No, you don't influence no 51%. That's mine. You got 49%. Let it go. But your material goes through my head. We know each other's material. Instigating Chris, putting a t-shirt up, deficient t-shirt. But we influence each other. We know each other's material. So it kind of weaves itself, through our thing. Well, so that's your joke. And I'm not running from it. Why don't you just let me pay you? And then bygone. I didn't apologize. I didn't say sorry. What else do you want from me?
What is going to happen is when one of your crazy fans come up to me on stage after the show and say, that was Sherri's show. When I punched them in the face and now I'm in jail and a lawsuit. Sherri got some crazy fans. Your fans will come up and be like, now, Kym, that was Sherri's joke. She did it on her show, and I'm not going to be able to help myself. I'm going to punch him in the face.
All you got to do is
unnamed.
What you say?
Y'all both have crazy fans. Did you forget somebody punched me in the stomach in the grocery store because I set you up with Lex Steele?
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
We do. But I will say, but you know what? I do want to bring up a point. When we were on Ladies Night, remember we were touring Ladies Night? And I'll never forget, me and Melanie Camacho have a similar joke. I've never heard the joke. Remember that? And I was like, oh, and you told me, you were like, Kym, you got enough material. Take that out. You don't have to do that tonight. Because she went up, was before me.
She went up before you.
And I was like, and luckily I heard it because I would have gone out there and done the same thing. And you said, just take it out. It's not going to make you funny or nothing. And I was like, you're right. And then afterwards, she's like, I've been doing that joke for years, Kym. I said, Melanie, I've never heard it. I said, what I will do is I'm not going to stop saying my joke. But if we're on the show together, I won't do that. I'll step back off that joke. And that's what you were telling me. You were like, just take it out because what your point is, we have similar, and I know that for sure. That night, I was like, oh my God. But it's a similar experience.
And I remember that. And, you have been doing your joke for a long time too. Mm-hmm. So, but what I love about women is we'll talk about it. Men get into fights. Like the male comics, they start fighting over jokes.
They do start fighting. But let's think about this.
I haven't gotten in a fight in a long time, so.
But in a long time, see?
You said he matured. But the truth is this, let's talk about that though. Our relationship is, because I've been holding on to it all week. I sent Chris that clip immediately. I was like, ooh. I was like, I wasn't going to answer your call. I wasn't going to talk to you this week. I said, I got to hold it in the cut because I don't want to say nothing. But what I will say about our friendship is me and you are like sisters. I'm not going to let something go by. You're not going to let something go. We can get mad, whatever. But I'm going to say it and we're going to move on. I don't know if that relationship with other comics, we would do that. I know you. You will snap. People think you all nice and sweet. You will snap on somebody.
Well, remember my joke? You remember I was so mad at remember my joke that I used to do?
Yes. Yes.
And I used to do it. And that was like one of my best bits. It's when I first started comedy. And I said, I was dating an African man and Valentine's Day came and he didn't give me a Valentine's Day gift. And I went off on him and I said, where's my Valentine's Day gift? And he said, babe, I was going to get you a gift, but the light turned green, which is to say he was going to, I was going to get you some roses. I was going to get you some roses, but the light turned green to say that he wasn't able to buy. And then got on stage and she did the same joke. And I was like, oh my gosh. You know what? I said, oh my gosh, when this other comic got on stage and did the same joke at the Laugh Factory, I was just like, oh shoot, that's my joke. Now, and we talked about it, and the unnamed comic, because Chris, you're going to go out and edit out her name because I don't feel like having no problems at this stage of it. But this unnamed comic, I went to her and I said, that's my joke. And she was like, no, that's my joke. And I'm like, no, but I've been doing that joke. That's like, to me, that joke was so unique. It was so unique. That's not like it is a shared experience, but you're not going to do it like that. And I know that I was at the Laugh Factory first, and a lot of times comics come and watch. We never did resolve it, but I said, I got other stuff. Like, I haven't done it in so long.
I think that's what you, I know. And I just, the last thing was, no. I think now that we're talking about this is therapy, because I think another comic, but when in your youth, you don't think. She said, I got to use Kym Whitley's joke because I'm about to do this show. Kym ain't never going to use it again. Because remember, I was like an improv comic, but we were on like a tour together, it's like a play. And I used to do this little stock joke, but a stock joke ain't yours, but it was mine, on the road with her. And me and this comic ain't speak for years. We just started being friends because I was like, that's all I had. And you told that you were going to use my jokes because you needed more time. And she did. And this comic became very big. And I held on to that for years. And then I was like, Kym, it was a stock joke. Why are you tripping? So we didn't talk about it, but I definitely became friends with her, and I could call her. And I was like, Kym, that was young, dumb stuff. But I guess
I think it's wrong, though, to go on the road and you using another comic's material word for word just because they're not there. She
went on TV and did it.
Oh, shoot. Are you talking about me still?
No. This is a comic, another comic. I'll tell you offline. But I think I told you this before. They did use it. I was very mad. And every time I saw this person, I didn't speak. They didn't speak. We was angry. And I was like, whatever. But then I got older and I was like, first of all, that wasn't your joke, Kym, in the first place. And I guess that was, but the lesson in this is we have shared experiences, but we do need to talk about stuff. I get what Takara is saying. Andres was unfortunate because people did run to TV with it, but I think the lesson is keep writing, keep being funny, get your stuff, get your special out. Because even with the TV show,
but I don't think it diminishes how a person is supposed to feel. Because here's the thing: when you write material, you work hard on the material. Like material. There are very few comics at that level where material just come to them nonstop.
Oh yeah.
So when you work on material, especially if it's a closer, like you've worked really hard to get the groove spots where the laughter comes, and you know that's going to be the killer for somebody else to do it. So we're not diminishing that at all,
Right.
And I think that it's hard when you talk to somebody and they like, nope. Or when they just blatantly take it, because you do have to find something, especially when they're really big. Like if they're really big on the level of a Dave Chappelle, and I am in no way saying Dave Chappelle takes material. No. He's too brilliant to be doing that. But I'm using his name because he would never do that. Dave Chappelle has done it on a huge comic, an A-list. Now me and Kym, we ain't there. We not that. Has taken your thing and your joke and used it like in one of their specials. Now, that's the problem. If they use it in a special, it's theirs. You're gonna have a hard time.
Oh yeah, if they put it up there, and you can't. I don't know what you would do with that. What'd you say, Andre?
Is this the podcast right now?
Andre didn't say that. He said, "Is this the podcast right now?"
Yeah, Andre.
You think we just calling you?
Mm-hmm. There's a joke that I used to
do. They live in you. Because I think about if I'm on stage with you, I've done stuff on stage that was yours, or it sounded like I've been with you so much. And I would say, and I'd be like, oops, I said, that was Sherri. In your tone and just whatever you said. And I'll be like, oh, that was Sherri's. But I think because if you're with someone, it's different when you're friends and y'all talk. Me and you will talk on the phone. It won't be a joke, but you'll say something I said, or I'll say something, you know what I'm saying? Because we're with each other. I might be out with friends and say something and they'll be cracking up. I'll be like, oh, that was Sherri's. But because of, we're talking about the comics, you guys, that are not in each other's lives. Like they just see it and they take it. I remember when I first started
doing. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, girl, I called up. This is just being honest. I called David Arnold and I said, I'm going to Oklahoma and I'm going out with Caroline Ray. I said, I've never done an all-white room. And I said, can you give me, and I think it was Buddy Lewis at that time. Might have been Buddy or David. And they said, here, use one of my jokes. And they gave me their joke. And I said, okay. It was like, use this joke and that joke of mine. But they wasn't like, keep it. They said, use it. I used it for that show. And then I never used it again. But
that happened to me with Roy Wood Jr. When I did something for the Clintons. And he said, here's a joke that I do. I don't use it that much. So you can go ahead and use this one. And he allowed me to use it. I would never use it again, but I was so thankful because it killed, it was a political joke and I don't do political humor. So he was like, just use this one, one of his. Could that bite you in the butt later? I don't know, but it's very hard with comic. It's just like doing sitcoms. There's 7 formulas. You know how they say for a sitcom, there's 7 formulas that have been used on I Love Lucy. And everybody does not veer from the 7 formulas of, writing a sitcom. So you're going to see some of the same thing over, but can you be imaginative? Because I hear stuff and I go, ooh, that's such a great premise. How could I do it differently? Because that's happened in my life. If you can be clever and change it, not do word for word, because that's not fair to the comic, especially when you're new and you're coming up. You got to wear, comics are, what do you call them? Piranhas? They're sharks.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of comics who will sit there in the back and take your stuff.
And I assume people don't do that.
You can't, but you still have to. Yeah, but you got to go in and you got to do your best stuff because that's what's going to get you and make you a regular in a comedy club. That's what's going to make an agent or a manager see you. That's what's going to make a Will Packer see you in the audience and say, I want to cast you in a movie. I think you just got to do your stuff and trust the process and trust that for everything that I'm going to use Cat again, for everything that Cat Williams said, it ain't stopped him from being great. He's on his probably his 5th or 6th or 7th sold out comedy tour. So if you got the creative flow, it forces you to keep writing.
Keep writing, keep being creative. I wanted to shift real quick.
Bad. Okay.
Huh? It's only as bad. What? No, finish your
It's only as bad if you're still doing the same material 35 years later.
But you're absolutely right.
Never come up with anything new, and that's all you got. So can I still pay you for this joke? That's all I want to know.
No, because then you'll be down in Dallas on May 11th at 3 o'clock.
I won't ever do it again. I just want to pay you.
Well, what you could do is give me one of them Louis Vuitton purses. Let's talk about that. I sent you a Louis Vuitton purse, and somebody made a comment about our friendship, and I don't appreciate it.
You sent me a fake Louis Vuitton purse.
You don't know it's fake. Did you take it in and ask the people?
Because that's the things I started buying when I was struggling. If I made an audition or something, I would buy a designer bag that was real. Then also when Tom Joyner took us out and took us to the Louis Vuitton store, we bought a bunch of Louis Vuittons and I started comparing them. Okay, I got that bag down there and it's not real. You gave me a fake bag.
But look,
and it's okay.
No, I know it's okay, especially after what you did. Now tell the people about this comment.
So what does it say? Chris, can you read it, please?
Hello, two funny mamas. Sherri has the biggest heart when it comes to her friends, but that Kym, ! There's takers and a give in a relationship, I've been following y'all since the beginning of time, ! Literally, another explanation. two of them. It was so wrong to send a friend a knockoff pocketbook on someone's birthday. Folks' actions speak volumes, especially on our special day. Kym Whitley, be a better friend.
I have to say,
at Lisa Perry 9432.
Lisa Perry 9432. In all of our 5 years of doing the podcast, I think this is the first that anybody has ever got on Kym about something. That's usually me. That's why I laugh so hard. Kym has never been criticized. If she says she don't take a shower for 32 days and I make a comment, people are going to be like, why you getting on Kym? You know she can't afford to take no shower. So I appreciate you, Lisa Perry, for calling out the obvious, because it will be more people that go.
Lisa Perry, I'm not, but you did. I don't know, Lisa Perry. You might have been born in 1920. I don't know, Lisa Perry. You used the word pocketbook. I didn't buy her a fake
What does that matter? What does that matter?
A purse. A purse is different than a pocketbook. A pocketbook, you got some old candy in there stuck to the side and some loose change.
Okay. I resent the fact that you are shaming Lisa Perry for speaking up and daring to call you out, having the courage to call you out. And now you're courage shaming Lisa Perry.
First of all, Lisa Perry, the pocketbook wasn't cheap. The fake pocketbook, the knockoff, wasn't cheap. Okay? First of all, take that down. That ain't what I got her. That looks good.
Not. I wish she would have got me something like that.
I was going to say that looks good.
I Googled vintage pocketbook for that.
Pocketbook. A pocketbook. Okay, Lisa Perry, I'm not going to talk about pocketbook, but Sherri.
So Lisa Perry, we want to get, can you please get Lisa Perry's address? And we will send Lisa, it's upside down. Yeah. We're going to send Lisa Perry a signed
twofunnymamas@gmail.com. We'll take care of him.
So Lisa Perry, get in touch with Chris Denman at twofunnymamas@gmail.com. Now, he may not be around because he putting our face on these deficient merchandise he didn't send out. Oh, golly. So he's trying to fix all of that. But send your address so we will send you a signed poster. Yes. And maybe I'll even send the pocketbook to you. You might be able to use it. I do wear it, though. I do wear it. But you know what? I wear it and I'm scared, Kym, that people are going to look at me and give me that look.
They're not going to give you that look. It's you, because you're going to put it with all your other real stuff. As long as you put a fake pocketbook with some real stuff, then they're going to have on your little real Gucci scarf or something. They're not going to question. First of all, they're going to question you because you got a show. And they'll be like, it's probably vintage because the L's ain't as deep as the other ones. They're not going to question you when you got money.
You said the L's ain't as deep. They only
question people who ain't got money. They be like, that ain't real. They're not going to question Sherri Shepherd. She got a show. Speaking of a show, what's coming up on your show? What can we look forward to?
Oh my gosh, Patti LaBelle came on because she's starting a Queens Four Queens One Night tour with Shaka Khan, with Stephanie Mills, with Gladys Knight. That is going to be fire. And they're coming to town. So if you guys have aunts, grandmothers, take them to this concert. I'm actually flying into Chicago to take my stepmom Vita, to take my auntie Bunny. I'm gonna get my auntie Ina tickets because this is like back in their day, and I want them to be able to enjoy this concert. So,
You're good for that. You will fly in somewhere on somebody.
Because I think it'll be fun to go and see that with them and let them relive memories of Gladys Knight. Neither one of us could be the first to say goodbye. So go and see that. So Patti LaBelle was on the show. Girl, she talked about the fact that Prince had her come to his house and make a 12-course dinner, and he only ate a biscuit just because he wanted to see her cook. That was it. What? And that Elton John, she used to cook for Elton John when she was in London before they both made it. And she would put the food in, they would play AC Doocy. Remember that game? Card game.
That's with Pocketbook.
That's with Pocketbook. Lisa Perry, no, AC Doocy. We love you, Lisa Perry, 9342. Yes. But he used to take her Tupperware and he never returned it, but he left a ring, a very expensive ring once he made it on her piano. And she said, Elton, you left your ring. And he said, that's for all the Tupperware I never returned. So we gave her a ton of Tupperware, with the logo Queen's Tour in big letters, Chris. It said Queen's Tour, big letters. So you knew was for the Queen, which was Patti LaBelle.
Oh my God, I want to see that.
But she was telling all these stories. Who else? Michael B. Jordan came on. Let me talk about this real quick. Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler, Delroy Lindo, Haley Stanfield, and it came on the cast of the upcoming movie Sinners. It's a vampire movie written by Ryan Coogler, but it's got so many messages. It's like so amazing, scary and messages. And it's coming out April 18th. And they came on the show. Michael B. Jordan came on for Creed, and he loved the audience so much. He said he was coming back. He kept his word, and he came back. I was so happy. People don't understand, because I'm a new show. And in New York, there's 9 other talk shows that I compete with. Most celebrities, when they come to New York, they're not doing 9 talk shows, Kym. They're doing the top 4.
Yeah, that's it.
When I tell you that, and don't wait for it to come on a streamer. They filmed it in IMAX with IMAX cameras. You got to see it on IMAX. Oh my gosh. But celebrities really only want to do maybe, especially when they're A-listers, maybe 3 talk shows. So they pick the top daytime talk shows. You know, you got the Good Morning America, you got The View, and then they'll do a couple other ones. And that's it. They want to go back home. So it's 9 of us in New York. And it's a competition to get guests. Plus the political aspect of it. All the talk shows don't want to follow you if you've had, like Kym, if you come on and you've done The View and you've done Good Morning America and you've done Kelly Clarkson, I really don't want you unless you a big, like a Tom Cruise or Oprah Winfrey, you know, but I really don't want you because everybody is like, oh, we saw Kym on all these other 3 shows. Okay. You're not going to say nothing different. So they don't want to watch my show. So there's I need to write a book about it. Just that aspect of it. So the fact that Michael B. Jordan said, I want to go on Sherri with Ryan Coogler and Delroy Lindo, it meant so much to me. It really, really did. And I was and Delroy Lindo.
Don't understand me. Oh, I love him.
The talk show business it's a rough game. It's a dog-eat-dog world. But Delroy Lindo came up and he said, I see you. He said, you're doing such a fantastic job. I see you. I see how intentional you are about the people that you have behind the scenes. Kym, when I tell you, just for Delroy to say that, and for Ryan Coogler to say, Sherri, every woman in my family watches your show. My mother, my aunties, and like they so happy I'm doing this show. For Michael B. Jordan to say,
and let me say this. No, let me say this. This is the truth. This is the truth. And people don't understand that. There are different tiers of celebrities, y'all. There's A-listers up here, B, C, all this. What Sherri has a mixture, which is great. It's a place to go. A lot of these celebrities, even there could be talk shows. Let me tell y'all how hard it is. You can have a publicist. They can call Kelly Clarkson 9 times and be like, you know, Kym got a show on. Now, not Kelly Clarkson. Let's not say, but I can get on Kelly Clarkson. I'm very good friends with Kelly and the producers. But let's just say even Tamara Hall. I know Tamara, but I'm not, you know, I don't know her bookers. Do you know how hard it was for me to remember to get on The Talk?
Yeah.
The Talk. I filmed Young and Hungry next to The Talk. Remember that? I had a TV show called Young and Hungry. And my studio, my dressing room is right next to The Talk where Cheryl Underwood was every day. I could not get on The Talk to save my life. I filmed there for 3 years. I was like, y'all, well, Kym, we, you know, our booker, they don't really know you. And I said, I'm on a TV show. I'd like to come on and promote. Never happened.
That happened.
Remember Heather Gray? She was the EP.
She passed away.
Dawn, she passed away. And we talked. And Heather was like, of course. But that's how hard it was. You cannot get on these shows. So for Sherri to have a show, people don't understand how important it is to the culture, but it's important to television, period. It is a place for everyone to go. She has a mixture of people, but especially for actors, comedians, and singers. Like I'm just going to bring Jonathan Majors up. Ain't nobody calling Jonathan to come on their talk show.
This is but for him to
yes, for him to be able to come over there. I done messed up the name. That I didn't mean Jonathan. What's the boy's name? Sherri.
Jonathan. Not Jonathan Major. Major.
Major. That's his song. But Jonathan Major, he was able to come on to share. Y'all don't understand how important this was, and because I saw it. To have a place where you feel safe to be able to talk. Because we have all been in positions, we get on a talk show, Sherri been in positions a lot because she got a lot of ex-husbands, where you go on the show and you're afraid of what they're going to ask you. You sit there on pins and needles and you're like, okay, so for Jonathan Major to be able to go to Sherri's show, you saw him relax because he was like, I know Sherri, but I don't know Sherri. But once you feel like, oh, I'm safe, you saw him reveal himself and be comfortable, which will open up outlets for him other places. But if there was no Sherri Shepherd show, that's why people got to understand, and other celebrities have to understand, if Sherri's show calls you, go. And I'm talking about from the A-listers, go. We have to support and show that her show is just as important as these other shows. Because this is what I like to call home. I'm off the soapbox.
Thank you for saying that, friend. I really appreciate it. It can be rough, especially when you, like I said, when you're new. A lot of publicists don't want to bring their A-listers on because they don't know if you're going to stay on the air. So our first season, I called in a lot of favors. Not John Witherspoon.
I was about to say, if he came back, you should have good ratings.
He was in. He was in Trial and Error with me. Why am I forgetting his name?
You talking about come on, Chris, the white man?
Chris,
the lead in the show?
He wanted
John Lithgow?
John
Lithgow? Sorry.
It's Lithgow. I said Gow and he corrected me. It's Lithgow. I called in favors. He came on. Other people came on. My second season also was better. Angela Bassett came on. Because Courtney Vance, her husband, said Sherri show is a really great show. We had Janet Jackson. So I think that people are seeing it now. And that, I love the fact I always will be grateful for Lenny Kravitz. He came on and played. One of my goals was when I had this show, I said, I really want the celebrities to know when they come, like we can play a game. It's just, they're coming for fun. Now, people come, girl, and they want to come on the show. Black China. Well, she's not Black China. Her name now is Angela White or something.
But Black China,
Yeah, she wanted to come on. And I said, you would be better served going on the Tamron Hall show because Tamron is a journalist. I don't try to pretend like I'm a journalist. So Tamron will be able to ask you those questions. You'll be able to really, talk about your life as Black China. And she'll ask you those tough questions. I said, you're going to come on my show. We're going to play a game. I'm going to make it fun because that's my mission. So that's what I love about Jennifer Hudson, Tamron Hall, Sherri Shepherd. As African-American talk show hosts, we all do something very, very different.
Yeah.
And I lean into the gift of being funny. So, but it still is, the fact that Lenny Kravitz came on, he opened up the door for a lot more A-listers to come on the show. And then some celebrities just have to say, I want to do Sherri. Tell them
about the people blocking. That's absolutely true.
Because a lot of people will block them from coming on my show because they want them to go on other people's shows. And the celebrity has to say, I want to come on Sherri. There are so many celebrities. I'm so grateful, Kym. And I'll tell them too. I'm so grateful that you came because it made a big difference. It's a win-win. We just had Charlotte Flair. I don't know if you know Ric Flair from the WWE. Chris does. Woo! His daughter, Charlotte, came on the show. And people don't really get to see her do interviews. She went through a really terrible divorce. And she hurt her body up real bad. And she was off for a year. And she came on. She just wanted to unload. But she wanted to come on my show because she watches it. And she was a fan. And she knew it would be a safe space to be able to be vulnerable in front of a genre of people who watch the WWE that don't know that side of her. And we got a lot of pickups. We got huge ratings. So I'm very thankful that these celebrities do make my show where they want to come. And then there's some big celebrities, they still ain't come. I didn't ask them and ask them and ask them. They still haven't come. I used to be really hurt, but you know what? You're not obligated. I just got to go. I just got to put on an amazing show so that you want to come. Kamala Harris, who should have been our president, came on the show, and she asked to come. Oprah Winfrey came by herself. So we've had Sylvester Stallone. We've had some amazing people. And then we've had a lot of unknowns come on that I want to give a platform to. Comics who've come on the show. Do you know Bone Hampton was on the show? Tyler Perry gave Bone Hampton $100,000. Did you know that?
Right. There was Bone on the show?
Well, he was on by Zoom. We have a mutual friend.
Okay, yeah.
And he's a comic, and he became paralyzed. He had 2 strokes, became paralyzed, and he's in a wheelchair. And he made his living doing stand-up, and now he can't do that anymore. So he's struggling. And, we did a GoFundMe, but, he's struggling now. And he's amazing, brain great. He lost his speech for a year, had to relearn how to talk, trying to learn how to walk again, because he's not accepting a paralysis for the rest of his life diagnosis. And Tyler Perry gave him $100,000 to be able to pay his rent and his medical bills while he tries to figure out how to get back up on his feet. So to have a platform like that, Kym, to be able to do stuff like that, I'm beyond grateful.
I understand, because if we didn't have this,
so upset.
There's a lot of stuff we wouldn't be able to do on our show.
And I'm glad to be able to, when it's so funny, because when I say Kym, everybody knows who I'm talking about. We always show a picture of Kym. We always try to get Kym on there anytime we can, whether it's by Zoom, which I don't like doing, but you do. Is so funny. You're so funny when you do a Zoom.
I know you don't like doing the Zoom with me, but I do. I messed up for this week. I did drop the ball on this week because I felt like y'all were booked. I dropped the ball. I did. But you know what? I'm going to come by the studio if I can find a second or two, because I want Joshua to see your life, where you work in the studio. I want him to see that.
Bring him by. Definitely bring him by. And next time you come to New York, tell me, because we find a spot for you, because you're part of the family and people look forward to when you come on. You get great ratings when you come on, because people, they already know what you're going to bring and they're looking forward to it.
I appreciate it. So I'm glad you said, look at this fool. So Tuesday, I'm going to be filming. So Joshua going to be at the studio with you and John. Thank you for watching them. So look here. I was like, what am I going to do with him Tuesday? I was like, oh yeah, I could leave him at the studio.
Oh my gosh. So you got to work? You got to work on Tuesday?
Yeah, so can he just get some papers run and get some coffee? Can he do something? We ain't got, Jeffrey can't watch him.
Jeffrey's in school.
Oh, damn. Let me think.
Jeffrey's in school. I'm trying to figure out what.
He can sit in the office with Edie. He can bring his little computer. They be like, I'm babysitting.
But Edie gonna come to me, my assistant. She gonna be like, this is outside of the realm and the scope of what I do. And then she gonna leave everything unsaid. And I know exactly what that means. Where my checkbook? Get it out of my pocketbook. My checkbook.
I just have him. We just sit there. I think it's just an hour. But I'll find out. I'm gonna find somebody to take him
to the set. Rodney John is there. Theo is there.
Oh, okay.
Edie is there. Big James, our security, is there. Everybody. So he can come and hang out. Now John might be a little, he triggered by Joshua.
But that's
you remember John Murray's story, right?
No.
John Murray, Kym wanted John to watch Joshua, and that's when Joshua was in his terrible 7s. And so Joshua just was fine with John, but when Kym came into that room, Joshua got to screaming at the top of his lungs, acting up, blaming John for everything. And Kym, what's going on with my baby? And so that's when we realized Joshua's smart psychologically. Oh,
yes. He's a manipulator. Wait, I got to show something real quick. Chris, because we didn't get to, my agent Tamra. This is a movie, Freaky Tales. It comes out, it's out this week, but it's been out. It's called Freaky Tales, but guess this is the story of Oakland. It's Oakland story with Too Short. It is this movie is so well done. It is called, she wrote a song when she was 14 years old. They were called Entice. And it says, don't fight the feeling. She was with Too Short. Can you believe? So they have someone playing her in this movie. It is, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? She is in Jeff Flanagan, and of course, this whole thing, they put this thing, but the movie is fantastic and it's in theaters. Go see Freaky Tales. It's about some girls in Oakland that wrote a song with Too Short and about a mix and these mixtapes and their life. It is fantastic. So I wanted to put that out because that's my agent now. That's what's so crazy.
I saw a post come up about that her niece had done, and I didn't know what it was for. Congratulations, Tamara.
Yeah, they have a trailer, but I didn't. But you can go on YouTube and look up Freaky Tales, and it will show you the.
Please watch Freaky Tales, starring Kym's agent Tamara Goings, who was in the group. They wrote.
Well, not starring.
And Pedro Pascal.
Wait, no, somebody's playing her. It's her story.
Oh, somebody's playing her. I said starring. Okay, yeah. But somebody's playing her, so it's really her character is in that movie. So Freaky Tales. Congrats. Well, I'm supposed to take Jeffrey to the movies, and we got to get on the train.
Josh is doing his homework.
As we record, it's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Joni. There it is.
Yes.
Joni, happy birthday. You know what, Joni?
Finally, we're finally coming clean.
You're coming clean. Chris ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. So I don't know what's going on with Chris. If he could use that energy in the courtship.
Chris, I know, and stop. And
Joni wants some grandbabies. Joni want grandbabies, and you know that's true, Chris.
Oh, that ain't going.
Joni want grandbabies. So I think that might knock Kym out.
Can we try, Kym?
You want to practice?
This is a good couple weeks of trying.
Oh. You on the podcast, Cheryl? You passing out flyers for Dallas?
Kym's.
And that's what it's gonna be like your bed, Chris. That's what's gonna be like your bed.
You like that?
Making notes. Cheryl is running around with our posters in Dallas. Cheryl Jones is running around in Dallas putting up our posters in places, and she'll FaceTime me so I can ask the owner, hey, can we put our poster up in your shop?
You know.
She know what she got to do. She know what she got to do. I love it. I got to we got to get on the train because I like to ride the train on the weekends with Jeffrey. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go see.
Are you going like that? Are you going like that?
Yeah, I'm going to put on the skull cap.
Oh, okay.
And the sweater because it's chilly out there with my Timberland boots. But yes, I'm going like this and I'm going to get popcorn and I'm probably fall asleep.
All right, cool. I'm gonna need a jacket from you.
You need a coat?
Official Sherri Show jacket?
No, a coat to walk around New York.
Josh was gonna need a coat, but I'm gonna bring a small suitcase, and if I get cold, I'm gonna tell you to bring it to the set. Then I'll jump over there and grab the coat. Because
when are you getting into New York?
So far, it lands at 6 a.m. on Monday, but I don't have nothing to do because everything is dark. So I was like, why am I coming in? I could switch it. I'm trying to figure out why am I coming in? I know we got to be there because, I got to get my mind adjusted. Tuesday is the shoot. So
no, you want to come in on Monday.
So what do we do?
You trying to figure out where to take Joshua?
Yeah. I probably need to go sleep and then take it.
You're going to be able to check into your hotel, right? Because they would have gotten a hotel for you.
Right, but my hotel's in Brooklyn.
You all the way in Brooklyn?
Yeah. That's where the filming is, in Brooklyn.
Okay, so just, you know what? Go get some sleep because it's going to be early. Uh-huh. Go get some breakfast. They got a lot of great breakfast spots in Brooklyn. Yeah. Y'all can take an Uber to Manhattan or jump on the train.
And then we can come visit you?
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to take them to see Hell's Kitchen, right? Yes, you can come visit.
But nothing's open on Monday. No, remember, everything's dark on Monday night.
So you're going to take them on. I'll find out stuff that you can take them to do on a Monday.
So I'll take them somewhere. Okay, on Monday, I'll take them around.
But you don't want to be doing a lot of stuff, Kym, because you have to rest up for Tuesday. So
Right.
you don't be thinking you're going to paint the town red and be going and doing all of this sightseeing into the Statue of Liberty. You still got to rest because you're going to have jet lag.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm going to have. Okay.
Yeah, because Joshua's going to be fine. He got his computer and all of that. So you don't have to do a whole bunch.
How many shows you shoot on Monday? Like how long you work on Monday?
I have 2 shows on Monday.
Okay.
So
you finish about 6?
No. I finish about 3. I'm done by 5 because I still have work to do after the show ends. But yes, we'll work it out. That's fine.
But we'll come by.
I'll leave early so I don't have to do all of that.
All right. But I want him to see the set. Yeah, I want him to see it, you know.
Yeah. So you can come on and we'll take them Tuesday.
Okay.
All right. I'm getting bored with my own voice.
All right. It's over. Y'all, thank you for watching.
But you know who it's not over for? It's not over for Chris. He got work to do. You got to edit. And can you put our face on those in the black spaces?
Yeah, get your shirts together, Chris.
Get your together. Get your shirt together.
That's right. Giant names, middle names, Social Security number. What else you want?
Stop, Chris.
Oh, you want to be smart. You want to be smart. Oh, here's this one.
Tell Jeffrey hello. Tell Jeffrey his young friend is coming in town if he wants to babysit him.
I will tell him. I ain't seen him yet. Been in the room. Have not seen him yet.
You ladies have a great day. Merch is at buyjack.com/2funnymamas, and it'll be updated with the proper names. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Absolutely. Bye.
Two funny mamas. Two funny mamas. What's with the grin? Sherri and Kym. Yeah, that's them. About to throw down again. Tickling the soul from beginning to the end. Two dope friends, I love the way they do their thing. They digress, don't distress, such out.